All right. Give it a few seconds for everyone to come streaming in. Obviously. But we can get started whenever Tony is ready. Had the nice little piano mix coming in to start. He's just like waiting to see when to come in. You know what I'm saying? Episode 3. Can't believe we're already 3 in. I don't think I set that up to have his camera on. I don't even know. I think I'd have to I could do it, I think, but I would have to stream the Discord thing.
Hello.
Hey Tony, how you doing?
Doing good. Let me see me.
Oh yeah, here, let me try to get you up on the stream real quick. Whoa, that's display capture. Let me do. I knew I should have done this with Brittany earlier. That's okay.
If anybody knows about tech issues, it's me. Because I really fucking fumbled the bag when it comes to those.
See, window capture. Let me do this. And then, oh, there we go. Then we can have you in here. Oh, that'll have everything in here. But
Another thing that you can do is turn off your cam from your live stream, and then turn it on in Discord, and then live stream.
Oh, this is why you're the streamer.
Yes. So it says no signal.
Okay, let me check voice and video. Oh, that's why webcam.
And then once you do that, Britt said that I am silent.
You're silent? Oh. Let me turn you up. They should be able to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I might need to turn you up even more. I have all my stuff, my Discord stuff, really quiet. There we go. Yeah, now talk.
Hello.
That should be good. Right? Brittany, can you hear him? And then No, you still can't?
No.
And my camera's still not on. Why is it doing that?
Might have to do with the audio in Discord. Alright, let's see if it pops up.
Why is the camera still not working? Let me turn them up even more. Yeah, turning up my... There we go. Now talk.
Hello. So maybe change the default.
I got you turned all the way up.
Are you sure? This you know me, I'm pretty loud. Are you sure?
Yeah, how do they not hear you? Because what my stream says it's picking you up.
Oh, okay.
So I think Brittany might just have it really quiet.
You think so?
Yeah, Brittany, turn up your sound.
Right now. Hello. Yeah, I can hear myself. Yeah, it's Brittany. I can hear.
It's just Brittany. Yeah, that's what I figured.
I think it was just Brit. I think it was just Brittany. Come on, Brittany.
Yeah, weird. I don't know why that one's not picking up. Maybe if I remove this, turn this off, turn it back on. Hindsight, maybe should have done this before, but that's okay. I think what I can do though.
Okay, it's just a little scuff. Click on Tony's name and turn him up. Yes.
That's what you're all the way up. And I turned everything up. Brittany, you just got to turn the thing up. You got to turn the sound up. Here, watch, and then I'll just add. Since the Discord one doesn't want to work for some reason, I will just add. I'll do it like this. It'll be a little weird.
Hello.
Whoops.
Yeah, I can hear myself, but it's very little.
Very little. All right,
on your stream. So
let me turn up this all the way. I'll turn my mic down a little bit. And then, because in my Discord settings, I have you up. Oh, here, let me turn this up. There you go. Now talk.
Hello, hello, hello.
There you go. Now that has to be it. That has to be good. I turned my Windows volume up. I turned my Discord volumes to the max. I turned
Did you fix it?
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's a little too loud. Let's go down to 35. That should be good.
Okay.
There we go.
Is it?
Why is this not working? I think it's working. Now let me just make sure I get a webcam up on here. Should be this one. Okay. Then it should be this one. Okay. It's just I think my webcam's just not working anymore. Let me unplug it real quick.
Oh yeah, that could work.
It literally it's not even working in my stream anymore.
What you do?
I don't know what happened. Everything. I did break it. There we go. Okay.
There it is.
So now I can make this full screen. And now we're both on here.
There you go. Look at that.
I fixed it. Don't worry. Me and Tony got this.
Now, what you want to do is, you put it as a window, right?
Okay.
Just live screen the Discord. Does that make sense? From are you using Streamlabs?
I'm using just regular OBS.
Oh, see, I don't know. I use Slobs. I don't know how it is, but in Slobs, you just live screen your screen, and then you just go to Discord, and then you will see yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Let me put that down. Let me see. No, it's definitely not display capture.
If you can't do it, then just do the window thing.
Yeah, I think the window. I think that's. I blocked half of it. Screen? I blocked half of it so we can.
It seems pretty small though. Seems pretty small.
Well, they can't see the rest of the llama. That's the important part, not us. You know what I'm saying?
I guess. I
think usually okay, yeah. With two people here, it's a little smaller, but when it was just this, I had it actually.
Okay, yeah.
Let's smaller.
Hold on. Let's try to get the big thing though. Let's try to get the big thing. I think that would be better.
Okay, let's see it. Yeah, should have let you design. Okay, she was coming up with the weirdest things.
Oh, she was?
Yeah, I was like, Brittany, these look so weird. I was like,
that's crazy. You basically said no to her. You said her.
Yeah, yeah. She was trolling. Bro. Sure.
That was your girlfriend. Okay. Oh, dang. He left. He basically left you on red, Brit.
Yeah, literally.
Basically. Oh, I told him. That's why his name is still Ask Killjoy in my Discord.
I can't believe you added me the other day or today, and I was like, holy shit, it actually still is. See, that's still just
yeah. I was like, because I got so many Discords. I'm like, dude, am I still? I'm still in it. I just forgot how the image looks. So I was just like, I feel like he's still in mine. There it is. That's so much better. All right, you fixed it.
It's big now.
That's okay. It. Look at that. Only took you 11 minutes into the
basically.
All right. Fix the audio. Fix the video.
Let me move this over here.
And that's it. That's it.
All right. So welcome everybody to the Llama Drama Podcast, episode 3 with Tonydatiger.
What was the first 2 episodes?
The first episode was about me, myself. Okay. It was a little thing about why I started streaming a little bit, what I've been doing in school, all that kind of things. The second episode was about teaching, and what I see in the teaching world,
Like
and
school? Like
like
schools or what?
actual like teachers and like what they have to go through, like what I've gone through going through my teaching program,
Well,
things
oh,
like
you're gonna
that.
become a teacher?
Yeah, next semester is my student teaching.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going for social studies, and then my minor is PE. So I go to a middle school every Mondays and Wednesdays.
Wow. You do strike me as a social studies person. I'm not
It's
I'm
fucked
not
up.
gonna lie.
It's fucked up. But thank you. I'm just playing.
Well, there's only typically three science people in our classes, in
Okay.
like our teaching program. So they usually stick us with all the social studies kids in their teaching
Yes.
program.
Okay.
So
So next semester, do you go 5 days a week?
next month, yeah, I'll be 5 days a week, 8 hours a day.
So okay, so you were going 2 days a week, but the full days, right? Or how did you do it? Because
So
every state is different,
yeah, so we just have to hit 90 hours before the end of the semester,
and you can go as many times as you want.
as many times as you want. You
So
could
what the fuck?
you could go the entire like day if you could, but you still have your other classes you have to do.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what we have to do? We have to
Hmm.
get. So this is my second semester, so it's less, but
Yeah.
we have to get 50 hours, but we're only allowed to go 2 days a week for half a day. So if it's like we miss a day, then it's like you have to make up. You have to make up for it. But
Oh wow. Yeah.
you can't just like, hey, I was wondering if I can, just go for like 3 days this week and next week 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do that. So it's like we have set days to go.
So how do you even make that up then?
You have to go and I have to ask my mentor teacher
Oh,
if
would
it's
you?
okay with her, and then I
Okay.
have to ask my professor. But then if you're taking like other classes, you can only go for certain hours,
Yeah.
obviously. So like if I
Yeah.
have class for at like 11, I can only go to the school for 1 hour, and I have to drive to class, or I go after 11, like when my
Oh
class is
man.
over. So let's say 12:15. But then if you have to drive out there, you probably get there to 1, and school closes
Mm-hmm.
at 3. So that's only 2 hours. And that's if you don't have a class after
Yep.
that one class.
Yep. And we had two
That's
snow
crazy.
days. I missed 2 days because of snow.
That's crazy. That's so
So it's
cool.
like, but
What state is this?
Colorado.
Colorado, Illinois. You fucking up, man. Like, no, seriously, because that's really awesome. You get that flexibility
Mm-hmm.
to do that. Plus, like, they don't even count like, okay, like let's say I work, and my job isn't so flexible. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh,
like
I
you
know.
gotta go for my education, or like obviously I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna go for that, but like, what if I need money? You know,
Oh yeah. Well,
that's crazy.
how many states are you going to be certified in?
What?
How many states are you going to be allowed to teach in once you get your degree?
See, that's thing. Only Illinois.
I think I get like
I
47
think so.
states.
I think so. I don't know. I didn't never really ask that question, so I'm gonna ask
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
Because
ask that.
March 2nd, we actually have like a student academic advisor kind of like district
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
So that's a good question. I like that. I'm gonna write that down.
Hey, because the Colorado one, I think it's like 45 to 47 states we're able to teach in.
Really?
If we want to.
Do you have to find a school yourself, or are you assigned a school?
For our student teaching, you're assigned. For all that, you're assigned. You get to like choose which one you want to go to, and they
Oh, you
try to
got to
get you in
choose.
there. Yeah. So, but
You got
then,
to choose.
so I put my top three, and then they assign me to one, whoever has like an opening.
Yeah, we're not allowed to choose, so I have to drive an hour
Oh,
for my half days.
oh no.
Dude,
That's
that's so
miserable.
crazy. That's so miserable too. Because like next semester I go 2 days a week, but it's a full day. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, wow. So I see. I should have been on episode 2.
shit, yeah, yeah, because I was like making it, and I was designing it to be like a solo episode, right? And I was
Yeah.
talking to Brittany, and Brittany's like, "Yeah, Tony's a teacher too," and I was like, I just completely forgot about it.
Oh, she did. Oh,
Yeah,
thank you, Brent, for being a real friend. Thank
yeah,
you.
Brittany remembered. I forgot word.
Dang.
Yeah, because
All
I
right. So
was.
now we're on
Yeah.
episode 3.
Let's get on to
Episode
episode
3.
3.
Okay. Okay.
So let's start. Tony, how are you?
Good.
You
Good. Good. Lost 9 games in Valorant today. Lost a lot of elo, but we don't talk about that because we have 7 days of the axe. Had my clinical today, or you could say field experience,
Yeah.
because clinical people get confused by it, and I don't know why they call it that. And like I said, I wake up at 7:30. I have to drive an hour, and then I'm only there for 3 hours, and I have to drive an hour back, and I don't bring my own lunch. So it's like
Oh,
I eat on the way there. I just make it like a tuna sandwich, and then I don't eat for like 6 hours. Yeah,
holy. Yeah.
yeah. So it's like from 7:30 to I would say like 1:30. I'm like I can't. I mean I yeah you can't eat
You
because
you
it's
just can't
like
do
it's
anything.
yeah it's not your lunchtime. Teachers eat lunch at 12. By that time I'm
Oh.
out. I can I guess sit there, but like I'm done. So
Mm-hmm.
like I just go home.
Yeah, Brittany
But
Brittany works over lunch. I have to bring her lunch all the time.
oh really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's nice of you.
I know.
You do it because you want to, not because you have
Because
to,
I
right?
want to.
Exactly. Exactly. Keep her happy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, After that, I go home, but it's my only class that day.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I
that's
just go
nice at
home,
least.
and that day. So usually Mondays and Wednesdays are days where I don't do homework. I
Mm-hmm.
just stream. But since because I had a lesson plan and do
Yeah.
all that, you know how those are. They're just long and yeah. So I didn't stream today. And obviously, I came and did this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have afternoon classes. And then those days I do homework because the next Tuesday, I do my homework that day because I sleep early for Wednesday. And then I stay
Mm-hmm.
up
Mm-hmm.
late because I don't have classes till like 12:30.
Oh,
And
that's
obviously
nice.
the weekend I don't have classes. But other than that, yes, today was a good day. Today was a good day because after I'm done with this lesson plan, that I'm done, then I'm kind of like done doing that, and I just kind of like log in my hours.
That's nice. Minus the
uh,
Valorant. We don't talk about the Valorant after that. This is the last time we
okay,
mention it. Until
okay,
I ask you more about Valorant later.
okay.
So I think most people are familiar with Tony. When was the last time we streamed together?
It's been a very long time,
I th-
very long.
I
I
think
would
it
say
was
like a
when we
year
did.
ago.
I think it was when we played Overcooked together. Do you remember that?
Yes, we did play Overcooked. You guys forced me to get the game.
We forced you to get the
You guys
game. We
forced
played
it.
it.
You guys would not stop. Just like get the fucking game, and I'm like, bro, no. Like, I wasn't even free. It wasn't free. You guys literally
I think it was
You
on
guys
sale.
no, you guys gaslighted me into buying a game that I knew I was only gonna play for a week, but because it was on sale, dude, just do it. It's only $5. That's like 3 McChickens. Actually, that's like two now because the McChicken is $2. But
Because
like,
they
you know what I
raised
mean,
it.
though. But yes, that was the last time we played. It was me, you, and Britt, and it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun, but every time I play a
Mm-hmm.
new game, I know you said no to Valorant, which I'm not, but I'm just saying, every time I play a new game, I just feel like I could be doing other things that would be benefit into my streaming stuff. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh yeah, I definitely know
Yeah.
that. I definitely fall victim to like, why am I not streaming right now? I could be streaming. Like, if I'm playing a game, I could be streaming. You know,
Mm-hmm.
or it's like, man, do I want to play this game off stream or on stream? So I definitely fall into that myself.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it has been a while. It has been a while.
So let's talk more about the streaming. When did you start streaming?
I started when everyone else started because of Ninja making hella money. So 2017, 2016, 2017, because that's when Fortnite came out. And I always played video games since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, when I was a kid, I was very sick, very, very sick. I was, if you were growing up, there was always a kid or two who was like never at school or it was just kind of like, like awkward
Mm-hmm.
or stuff. That was me because I was sick. So I was never in school. So I never had time to make friends when I was like in elementary school. Uh, so um, I always stayed indoors. So when I was 5 years old is when they realized I had a blood disorder called ITP, which is a
Mm-hmm.
very long name. So basically, I have a low platelet count, and what the platelets do, like
Mm-hmm.
to like make it easier to understand, is if you get a cut and you get a scab, that's where your platelets do. It like clots up the blood, so you don't keep bleeding. So I don't have that. So like, if I get a cut, I will just continue to bleed. Meaning that like if I get hit in the head or if I fall down, or even like, since kids, you want to wrestle other kids,
Yeah,
you want
you
to
want to
fight
play.
other kids. Exactly. If I get kicked in the ribs, or like very lightly, I could bleed internally because I had no platelets. So like grabbing my arm, I will have a bruise
Yeah.
because
Okay.
the pressure of it could, you know, do stuff like that. So, and I would also have really bad eczema, like really bad. Like we're talking like, okay, that's a little like TMI, but like it was bad. It was like, if like my arm is completely like good now, but we're talking like bumps like everywhere,
All
and
the
it
way.
was nasty. It was like pussy too. Like, I know it was bad. It
Yeah.
was to the point where, like, a popsicle stick, like the
Okay.
big one, I had to like use the ointment to use it, and like gently, like, that's how bad it was. Because as a kid, when you're itchy, you don't
Oh,
know
you don't.
that you're
Oh,
not
I
supposed to.
see.
So
Okay.
it was like, don't do that. So like my parents and my family had to like watch me, like, hey, don't scratch,
Yeah.
So, and what would make me scratch would be like the heat and stuff like that. So I wouldn't go outside for recess. I would be that kid. I would stay inside for recess. I was the only kid. So I couldn't do gym class and I couldn't do recess.
Okay.
So there were a few kids who I still remember the names because they impact my life a lot because they were my friends during that time. So I don't know where they are now, but
Hmm.
one of the kids' name was Aaron. The other kid was Efren, and the other one, his name started with an R. I forgot his name, but I do know. I remember how he looked like though.
Okay.
Okay, I do remember how he looked like, but his name started with an R.
Okay.
Okay, I really want to say Ronaldo, but I don't think it is.
We'll just
uh,
call him Ronaldo for now.
but those were like my friends because they would skip out on the recess to stay in the class with me, and not because their teacher asked them to. Like they just
Mm-hmm.
wanted to.
Oh, that's nice.
But yeah. So since I was always indoors, I always played video games, and one of the first video games that I remember playing was a Nintendo 64 or the Game Boy. So obviously, like Pokemon Yellow, Red, like the originals. Uh, Pokemon Stadium, Super Mario 64, FIFA 97, or I think it was 96. I forgot which one, but it was the only FIFA game that has indoor
Ooh.
soccer. Yeah, they don't do it anymore, but it was fun.
Hmm.
And then 007 GoldenEye,
Oh, classic.
classic. And then what else? I remember having a Dreamcast playing Tomb Raider. I don't know. That's an
That's
old console. Have you
that's
ever
the.
heard of Dreamcast?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's old. The little spiral
And
symbol.
yeah, and then it's like its controller was like almost like a
I don't even
crescent.
remember the controller. I just remember
I
the
think.
spiral. But um, yeah. So those were the games that I played. So I've been playing for since I was very young. So since I was always a gamer. Um, when Fortnite came around and it became more popularized and not as
Mm.
a nerdy thing, you could say.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Ninja was making money. I was like, oh, dude, this is you just gotta be good at the game. So I would just hit live. You know, I would in my PS4. I remember having it like my using my 50-inch TV. Okay, sitting in the middle of my room
Okay.
with just a not even like a game, just a desk chair with a crappy. I would use like my PS4 camera and just hit live, and I would just like yes, any moment
Oh,
now.
they're all
Like
gonna trickle in.
dude, as long as I just be good at this game, any moment now, right? And I did nothing else, right?
Oh
And
yeah.
but I was never mad that nothing happened. I was just like, because I was just like, I understood. So I was 18, right? Like, dude,
Mm-hmm.
like it is a very small chance of happening. And I know, like at that point, you probably had connections, you know.
Oh yeah.
Because I always wonder, people who did a YouTube gaming, I always thought, dude, like you don't, there's no way you just like do your own YouTube. Like you had to have some way.
Oh yeah.
And now I'm just like, dude, I'm stupid as fuck. Like, dude, they did it their own way. You know what I mean? I was just stupid. I was like, dude, what the hell was I thinking, man? These guys are fucking like demigods, bro. They just did it themselves. Like they
They,
never had anyone else, you
but
know,
most of those people they started out and they literally did everything themselves.
themselves. So I was just like, there's no way someone can just do it themselves. But
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong. But
Oh
this
yeah.
was like that stuff was when I was like younger. But like when I like Fortnite came around, I wasn't like, okay, I'm gonna like I'm gonna be good at this game, and I'm just gonna just do it, just go live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I did that, but as everyone always starts out, or well, I can't say everyone because I can't speak for everyone, but I'm going to assume that everyone that starts out, you just kind of hit live. All right, you skip a couple days, you hit a live again. You skip a couple days, you forget about it for 2 weeks. I'm gonna go live randomly. You hit live, and you just do that. All right, so that happened till like 2019. All right, so 2019
Okay.
was when I went to college. So I graduated with my associate's degree at a community college, and then I went to university. So when I went to the university in 2019, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take this shit serious. All
Okay.
right. And I was like, I'm gonna like look into it, you know, doing all this. And I was like, for Call of Duty, because I love Call of Duty. And this is when Modern Warfare came out. And I was like, okay, this is fun. But then like, I don't know, everyone had PCs and stuff like that, and I had a PS4, and like, all right, I want to try to stream off of PS4, and I just realized as I kept on going, like, it stream on a PC makes it 10 times easier and better to, I guess, be a streamer. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So when I realized that, it kind of, because I know a lot of people say like you don't need like high stuff, which you really don't. But I always thought like, if you have the money, and if it's gonna help out a little bit, why not do it? Do you need to? No. But if you have the money, you know, some people do, some people don't. And that's just how life is. You can't get mad for someone who has like awesome fucking setup and someone who doesn't. There's no reason to be mad about that. That's just what it is. Maybe they worked hard for it, maybe they didn't. It doesn't matter. You know? So after 2019 happened, COVID happened, right? So I was like, okay, this is perfect, I guess. Everything's online. Like school is online, like that makes it easier. I never really, I'm not a very materialistic person, so I don't buy shit. The only thing I buy, it either involves to my setup, or I'll be honest, all my money goes to fucking food. Cause I'm just be honest, like all my money, I rather spend. It's gonna sound stupid, but I rather spend like $160 on a fucking meal for two, than going out and buying like $80 pairs of shoes, or like new clothing. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that.
Oh, I definitely understand that.
that.
Especially nowadays with food costs.
Oh yeah, right. Um, so that's just how I am. So when COVID happened, and I was like, okay, because of my health, I can't really work. Oh, so I forgot to mention. So in 2019, they finally found out what I had. So I kept being sick, right? They didn't know what I had. They was just like, okay, you have a bad immune system, which people do. So they thought it was just that, but I just kept getting sick and sick and sick. And in 2019, my hematologist, which is my blood doctor for my ITP, was like, hey, I want you to go see this doctor. I think you have this. I went to go see her, and she was like, all right, you do have this. So it is a very, very rare autoimmune disorder called IgG4. And so that's basically what I was diagnosed with. And basically what it does is a like multi-organ, I think it's a multi-organ inflammation thing or something like that. But the thing of why it's very rare is because since it's a multi-organ thing, it can mess with your organs, meaning that like, for example, my liver right now, my liver enzymes are high and my liver is enlarged. So if I didn't know I had the IgG thing, they're like, oh shit, your liver is fucked up. Go see a liver doctor.
Oh, and then you'd go bounce to doctors, and they'd be like, "Oh, this is messed up. This is okay."
Or they try to fix the liver issue. They're like, "Okay, it's working, but we don't know why it's not like being treated or anything like that." And then like my spleen right now is enlarged too as well. So, but in order to fix my liver, my spleen, they have to fix the IgG thing. So think about it as a spider web. Okay, so the middle is the IgG, and all the other things are your organs. They don't have the middle part. They have the outer parts, like the little bubbles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they don't know where it's beginning, but they know where like the after effects are. Does that make sense?
They're trailing around the web. And they didn't know what the center was.
Exactly. Um. So yeah. So because of that, since I already had a bad immune system, COVID happened. With the whole vaccine, I'll be honest, I didn't want to get it. but I was also told by my doctors not to get it because people who have a bad immune system, um, even a little bit of what the vaccine is. For example, flu is a little bit of the flu. That's how your body pick, whatever. For someone from me, I'm just like the vaccine could be like, okay, I'm fucking in bed rest for like a week from just like the flu shot. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So with this whole new thing, I'm just like, you know what? I barely leave the house anyways.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait it out and see what happens. You know. So I didn't get COVID for 2 years. All right. So yeah, I didn't get the vaccine, but since I couldn't work because of my health and I had a reason for my health, I did get uh what was that thing that basically Biden sent out money? What was
Oh,
that
the
called? The
stimulus.
stimulus check, right? So I got a stimulus check and I was like, okay, yeah, so I'm gonna use this and buy a PC. So I bought a PC. And when I bought my PC, I was like, dude, this changes everything, you know, changes everything.
You just do
So
so much more.
so much more, right? Now I'm still new to this, right? I'm still thinking that I just need a stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm adding more, I guess, uh, like I'm making my Twitch layout, my Twitch panels. I'm doing that. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
just hitting live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make it like that. I'm trying to like, I did like everybody did the whole TTV thing. It just became a. I I don't care when people had TTV. I still do it. After a game, I still like, hey, I'm streaming, blah blah blah, right? I don't care about it. I don't care when people else do it because sometimes I meet cool people who do it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it does become annoying when, and I can see why with big streamers who die from people like that because they clip them, and they basically just use them and they stream snipe and that stuff is
Mm-hmm.
stupid. So those people who use the like have TT before but also do those kind of things kind of ruin it and make I guess have a better name because if you look back, for example, like Tim the Tatman, he says like sub to Tim the Tatman,
Mm-hmm.
for his YouTube. So that's basically saying TTV in my eyes. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but no one bashes on it because he's already made it, right?
He's
Yeah,
already up
he
there.
already made it. You know what I'm saying? So, and like obviously, like it's smart to do it, because
Mm-hmm.
even though he could have a million followers, there's so many fucking people out there, like
Yeah.
so many people out there who probably never even heard of him.
Well, some people they think it's annoying. Like even me, I don't like putting TTV in my name, but you can't deny it works. It gets people in there sometimes. I mean, that's how me and Brittany met you. You put your
Yeah,
Twitch in there, and we went and joined your
yeah.
Twitch, and we're like,
And now look,
hey,
we've been friends for like 2 years.
yeah, we've
Like
been friends for a
obviously you're gonna
while.
get some weirdos and be like some assholes, right? But every once in a while, I always say, one person can make it up out of those 10 bad people who came to your
Oh
stream.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I
So
definitely know those weird those weird people.
so I don't care about it. I never think it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it, I just don't. Now let's say if I was bigger, I think I would stop doing it. I think I would stop doing it if I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I guess you could say medium streamer. To me, I feel like a medium streamer is between. Uh, to me, a big streamer isn't even someone who hits like. Well, I guess like once you hit partner, I feel like you're a big streamer. Because
Mm-hmm.
that is a big accomplishment. I think to me, a medium streamer, I would say is between like 25 and 50. Because at that point, I feel like you're constantly going up.
Yeah.
Like you got a trade going basically. At this time you just keep doing what you're doing, and eventually you're just gonna keep going up and up and up.
Mm-hmm.
Like a small streamer, I feel like is like 5 and 10 or 5 and 15. You know, uh, and then it's just someone starting out. But
Then there's
but
my streams.
well, you also have to take into account like how much are you doing.
Yeah.
There's so many stuff that you should be doing. Um, but yes, so I got my PC
Okay.
and I was just still streaming and just doing the whole Fortnite thing, right?
Fortnite.
And then I was like, okay, there's this new game that came out called Valorant.
Oh no. This
I
is
was
where it
told to try
starts.
it. I was told to try it, or I was just like, dude, I want to play a computer game, and it was free. you know. When I looked up, it was like the exact same thing as Search and Destroy from Call of Duty. 5v5, plant the bomb, you defuse the bomb. There's a minute 40 or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the same thing. So I'm like, okay, this is cool. And there's a rank system. Any game that has rank, I'm gonna play it. Like I
Mm-hmm.
love it, you know. And after I started using the keyboard, I was like, dude, this is fun because it was like a new game, but I was also like, I'm playing on a whole new. I used to play on
Mm-hmm.
controller. You know, I never played on keyboard and mouse, so it was cool. So that's when I started telling friends to play it, like Rivendell. I told ATV to play it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I don't know who else I told, but those are the two people that I told to get it, and now they play it a lot. But yeah, so I don't really count 2017 as like my starting of my streaming career. I would say when I was taking it serious was when 2019, but then again, like I didn't know like that much of it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say 4 years, right? But in those 4 years, I have learned more in the past year than I did in the last 4 years. You know,
Yeah.
so I don't really look at like, oh, dude, you've been streaming for 4 years and you're like you average 5 viewers, right? I don't really care
Yeah.
about that, just because anything can happen in a year. People can blow up in a year with the right thing. People blow up in like 6 months.
Yeah. Tomorrow you could have 1,000 viewers,
Exactly,
and
exactly.
you
So
just
it's
never
like
know.
you just never know. So as long as you keep trying out new things, and like learn new things, and like
Mm-hmm.
TikTok helps a lot, and like everyone should have a TikTok. Like if you're in social media, you should just have a TikTok. Like just do it, you know.
Like after this, we're making the Llamas 170 TikTok.
Yeah, yeah.
Then
I'm gonna
finally,
help you.
finally, I can view all the TikToks Brittany sends me.
Oh, she sends you TikToks?
She sends it to me on Snapchat, and then Snapchat's like a 50-50 if it works or not. Sometimes it like plays
Oh,
it in the app. Sometimes it tries to take you to it, and then it just like all falls apart. It's terrible. So now I'll be actually
um,
be able to watch them.
what was I gonna say? But yeah, so I would say I learned more in the last year than the last
Mm-hmm.
3 years. You know, I could argue and say like I guess I didn't really start streaming until I started playing Valorant, so
Mm-hmm.
2021, because that's the only game that I play now. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's so many ways I could be like I started this then I started here, but then you know what? I'll just say 2021, 2020, 2020, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll just a good 3 years so far.
It
But
was
like I said, I learned more in
yeah.
the last year than I did in the last 3 years.
It's actually kind of really funny. Yeah, I mean, the way I started my stream in college, my first year of college. Um, Not because I was like, oh no, I want to make it big. I wanted to stream my Dota team's Dota 2 matches.
Oh,
I was on a little me and my buddies, we had like this, semi-pro team, and we like join tournaments and we play, and I'd want to stream our game so our other friends could watch. And that's why I started. And eventually,
okay.
then you'd stream like once or twice a week. Then I stopped for like a year or two. Then it was around 2020 when the pandemic and everything. That's when I buckled down. I was streaming
Uh huh.
like every day. I was playing like variety, bunch of different games, and I got like my 100 followers. I hit affiliate, and then like I stopped for a little bit as well. And then recently it was then I started back up to stream my WoW raids. So my
Okay.
buddies could watch my WoW raids and everything. And another thing was if you streamed your WoW raids, then you could go back and watch what everybody did wrong and like learn off of it. And more importantly, you could talk shit about the people who always messed up, and then you had video proof of who was actually really bad at the video game. So that was like one of the really big advantages to streaming the raids. And
Oh yeah.
then,
Okay.
quit WoW for a little bit, came back, streamed it. That's like all I played. I'd come on 3 days a week. I just stream WoW raids. Then,
Okay.
I actually recently just quit my WoW guild.
Oh, you did?
I
No, you
quit.
didn't.
I quit. I finally quit.
Why?
So, they kept breaking my heart each week.
Each week?
Each week we would do worse and worse each
I'll be like,
week.
where's Timmy? Be like, Tony, it's Wednesday.
It's,
I'm like, oh yeah, you're right.
yep, yep. Oh man, I think deep down it makes Brittany a little happy that I'm done with WoW right now. But I do think she's a little sad because how much I really enjoyed it. But now,
Okay, okay.
now I'm doing variety as well. I average one Brittany in the Twitch chat sometimes. People
See,
come in, people leave. And like, wait, I remember you remember asking you earlier, like, do you see it becoming a career or do you just do it for fun or like whatever? Right now, it's just for fun, but if it turns into a career, I'd do it. You know, like if
oh
you,
yeah, I'm the same way. That's why I don't really
yeah,
care about like how long I did it. So I always told myself that uh I would, let's say I'm living by myself, right? If there was only me, uh you could survive most definitely out of, I would say, like mm, I'm gonna say 500 subs only because, but 500 subs continuously, right?
yeah,
Now you're probably thinking like, okay, that's only $1,000. Like you got your bills, your electricity, your whatever, right? One, you should be saving up money. You should always be saving up money. Two, if you're already holding 500 subs for months in a row, remember it's not just a month or two,
mm-hmm.
like continuously. I think a 6 month time is a great time to be like, okay, I think this is like a guaranteed kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's never, people are always gonna say like, oh, you never know, right? You don't. But I think if you're holding for about 6 to 8 months, that time of those many subs,
Yeah,
I think you can go based off of that, right? And remember, if you're, depending on your living situation, and you sign a contract for an apartment, usually it's a yearly contract.
yeah,
So, like, say something were to happen, one, you should have money saved up. Two, once the year is done, you can go back to,
mm-hmm.
hopefully, if you can. If you're, if for me, like, my parents are always welcoming me back, basically,
Where do you
But
think
they,
I am?
but another reason why I say that is because if you're already holding that many subs, uh and you're with the grind, you should always go forward, right?
mm-hmm.
There's gonna be some setbacks, but also I feel like you're in that train of motion, that motion of train, whatever, that you're just escalating, because that's how it is. It's like stale, have a couple humps, right? And then you got your big hump, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then from that big hump, then you don't go back down. You just kind of little big hump, and then you just start off going like this at the big hump,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just keep going up, and then you level out, go up, level out. I feel like the only time you ever can go back down is if one, if you're like getting canceled, but that's why you should always be yourself and like always be honest in the
Yeah,
beginning of whatever, or just don't be stupid. Or two, you just kind of like quit or stop doing what you were doing
mm-hmm.
to make you go up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh yeah. And
So,
that's why I'm going through with like, I'm still gonna get my degree. I'm still gonna do all this, but if by the time I finish my degree, I do have that enough income through Twitch where it's like, heck yeah, I would be a streamer.
oh yeah, dude, I'll
You
give it
know?
like a year or two. Like, yeah, I'll stop being a teacher, all right, like in a heartbeat.
Oh,
I told myself like, I don't care if I went to school for 6 years. Like, dude, like this is a one-time chance.
oh yeah,
I'm going to take it.
oh yeah.
You know,
I 100%
uh,
understand.
yeah. So, yeah, I think that's the for me. It's definitely a dream. So, and I obviously like to do it. Um, but yeah, so yeah.
Yeah. And I think we've gone over a lot of things of my other questions that we've gone through. So I'm going to move on to this next one. So I know you plan a lot of things for your stream, and I think I've caught like I think you had a subathon. I watched some of one time. You had a
Okay.
subathon, right? I'm remembering this
Yes.
right. Yeah, I remember watching a lot of that one. So can you tell us any of the funny things that you've planned and done for your stream to make your content better?
Yes. So after the subathons, a lot of drunk streams. Drunk streams are very fun to do.
Oh,
If you're over the age, we're just gonna say that. Just because, especially with close friends, they're the best. I
hmm
don't know if you were in them, but no, Riv is in it because I see her in the chat. But the Among Us time, when Among Us came out,
oh man.
Drunk Among Us was insane, and people enjoyed it so much. You know, so those were some great times.
hmm
When we were all in the same rank for Valorant, though that was an amazing time. So like
hmm
everyone was iron or bronze or silver, whatever we
Yeah.
could play together. That was a great time as well. The subatons they come through. Um, I would say because remember when I also said like I learned more in the past year than I did the last
Mm-hmm.
3 years or 2 years. So recently, hosting e-dates was a great time, and we are hosting another one. Not this week, but next week.
Okay.
So next Friday, and that's more of a it'll be just chatting thing, but I think that's more of I guess like um it's like the bachelorette type of thing. So like one
Mm-hmm.
girl, 10 to 14 guys, and then they try to win her over. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So just like the bachelorette,
Yeah.
and those are very fun to do because even though it's like online or whatever, it goes away just a little bit from the whole like living online aspect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you're in a speed date talking to someone, you know, and just see how it is. And the
Yeah.
reason why I like it is because I would say when I do those, I'm more on the I guess you could say edge of the line where like the world ain't nice so sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
so just people say like people get canceled for stupid shit a lot. Um and I just feel like, you know, just they're themselves, You'll really get to know someone who's like watching two people talk to each other, You're gonna see if it's awkward or not awkward or
Mm-hmm.
even like say some wild pocket shit. Like uh for example, like one e-date, someone said like what kind of kinks you have. And
Yeah.
like on camera, and there was like 50 people watching. Are you gonna answer, or are you just gonna sit there and not answer, look like an idiot? You know what I mean?
Oh man.
So it's kind of like one of those things, or like what kind of guys are into. You like
Mm-hmm.
tall guys, short guys, black guys, white guys, Hispanics. Where people feel like it has to be kind of like, oh, you can't say that. Like, no,
Mm-hmm.
that's what do you mean? People have preferences. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
So people get worried about saying things that will offend someone, but like in the real world and out online, like people have preferences, just say what just
Mm-hmm.
don't be a dick about it. But if someone asks you a question, you can just answer it. Like, don't be scared to answer a question.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a great time. Those are fun to watch. And another thing, I'm just watching them. So it's also cool to do those because I don't really have to do anything.
Yeah.
All I have to do is do the setup, and they're like, all right, we're starting. And I honestly, everyone's like viewing it, right? So the amount of times I have been doing them, we've been averaging around 30 to, I would say, about 25 to 40 viewers. And all I do is just watch. I'm basically watching my own show. Like, I don't have to do anything. People are dropping follows because they like it, some
Yeah. Yeah.
subs, and I'm just like, oh, thank you. And like, yes, I do a lot of the planning, but on the day of the E-Day show, I
You
just
just
watch,
you
man.
just
I
sit
just
there.
watch. I just sit there and like drink. It's like, all right, cool. Next.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's honestly super, super easy. But everyone has a great time. And the real reason why I like it, because a lot of the viewers get to see other people. And if they're funny, they like them. And I feel like they put on a good show. I'll be like, hey, do you stream? And they'll be like, yeah, I stream on Twitch. I was like, plug it.
Yeah.
Who knows? People will go over there, and usually the person who wins, they'll either get a cash prize or I'll raid them after the show.
Mm-hmm.
We had some people who, because we've done it a couple of times already, they're like, oh, I remember that guy, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
or you could say like regulars and stuff like that. So, uh, yeah, the E-Day shows are awesome. Um, it's just a fun idea. The only thing
Mm-hmm.
is it's just hard to, I guess, find people to do them. You know,
Oh, I bet that's a nightmare
Yeah,
sometimes.
and not really. At first, I thought it was good. It's actually more harder to get the guys than to ask the girl if they want to be in it or not,
Okay.
because you need a numerous amount of
Just need
guys.
like 20
Plus,
guys and then just one girl.
well, not just that, but you also they say like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna rizz her up and whatever. And then the day of it, you're
And
like,
then they just
nah, bro, they can't handle me. I'm like, bro, you're gonna do it or not? Like, don't waste my time. You know.
oh yeah.
And then the girls, they all been nice and they all enjoyed it. And
Mm-hmm.
I always ask them to like all the questions like, hey, whenever you feel uncomfortable or anything like that, just let me know and I can just get them out of there. Some girls they'll be like, hey, do you want me to get them out of there if they say something, or do you want to stay in and talk your shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to talk your shit, talk your shit. So some people like that. my nervous pen clicking? No, I'm not. I just feel like I always have to touch something, you know. So if I'm just like sitting here, my hands, I don't know. I feel like that's just weird, you know. Unless I'm Timmy over here. But yeah. So
I've been moving my hands, doing.
oh
It's
yeah.
pretty, pretty easy.
um. But yeah. So those are good time. Last week, me and my buddy Unicron, he's also a streamer too.
Mm-hmm.
We decided I came up with an idea to do like, hey, let's do like every week, let's do a rank day where we'll play like 5 rank games. We'll
Mm-hmm.
do a best 3 out of 5, and whoever gets the most kills out of those 3 games. For example, game one, I get 20 kills, he gets 15. I win,
Mm-hmm.
so I take game one, and then if he
Oh,
gets more
okay.
kills than me, he takes game two, and so forth. Okay. Um. So yes, was it yesterday? No, Friday. Wait, was it Friday? Yes, Friday. I was like, yo, let's do it. And he thought it was a good idea. I was like, all right. Well, he's like, what should we do if like whoever loses? I was like, bro, let's just do like let's do a spoonful of mayo. Whoever loses has to eat a spoonful of mayo. So that's what we did. So it's very intense because like who wants to do that?
Yeah, who the heck wants to
No.
do that?
All right. And I fucking lost. So I streamed it. So like he like watched over me and I had to eat a spoonful of mayo. Even thinking about it right now is making me want to fucking barf. But it was disgusting. Okay, but it was like we lost 4 games. We lost like 4 games and won only one.
It was amazing to watch, though.
Yeah, so like actually it was very intense, and I was surprised to have actually a few people like actually watch. Even if there wasn't a lot, the fact that people were watching from beginning to end was like that was a 4-hour stream.
Yeah.
Having someone from game one to game five, that's a long time to just watch.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a really cool idea, and like dude, like, and he also loved it too. He had a lot of fun too. So we're gonna be doing that every week now. And we're thinking every Friday just because people don't have work, and it's just usually the
Yeah.
weekends are. I think the weekends are where, to me, I feel like weekends are the best times to do events just because people don't work the next day. While other people might feel like it's not because it's the weekend, they want to go out.
They want it. Yeah, the
But
streamer wants to go
also,
do something.
yeah, but also it's winter. Like who wants to go on the cold? You know what I'm saying? Now, if it was summer, I guess like any day will work because no one
Mm-hmm.
has school in the summer. But I always think of like, okay, it's fucking winter. I think the weekends are the best to like host events and stuff like that. Besides Sundays, I feel like Sunday is always bad day because Sundays are usually days where people do important shit. Like
Okay.
I like to run errands Sundays or like clean on Sunday, or like hang out with my family on Sunday or
Yeah.
my girlfriend on Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would
So
absolutely do the same thing. Like on Sundays, I'm like, I'm cleaning up something. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
exactly. Uh, any more ideas that I'm thinking of? Yes. On TikTok, I have been doing a new series that was inspired by the Broadcast Boys. So if you have ever seen TikTok, be like, uh, what if I told you LeBron James had that dog in him? I don't know if you've seen those TikToks. Funny ass dude.
Okay.
Anyways, when he was doing that, I was thinking like, dang, this would be really cool if someone did it for like esports. I'm like, wait a second, what if I did it but for like Valorant?
Yeah.
You know? So that's what I did. So it was like an experiment. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it with the most common, who's the most popular person in Valorant that everyone just knows.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, or like who would you guess?
Uh, Gosh, when I was playing, I heard of like people like tens.
There you go. That was the first person I did. That's
Yeah, is
it.
that really?
Yeah, it was 10. So the first person I did was tens. And to me, for having only like 600 followers, it blew up. It had like 80,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
So like, oh shit! All right, let me do this next person. This next person was Yay, but looking back, I'm like, dang, I did pretty bad. But if the first video could have blown up, like blew up like the way it did, the second one didn't. That means I just messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Same layout and everything. I just messed up. I couldn't make it better. So the third person I did was Kaide, and that hit 40,000 views. So I'm like, oh, dope. That worked. At that point, I went from like 600 followers, 650 to like 900. I was like, oh, okay, this is
Mm-hmm.
awesome, right? And then I was like at 950 or like 940. And then recently, I think a couple days ago, I woke up and I checked my TikTok and it had in the inbox, it said 99 plus. I'm like, what? I'm like, I didn't post a video for like 2 days, you know? And I was like, what could this be, right? And it
Mm-hmm.
was like followers, and it just said so many, and then like notification. It was all notifications.
Yeah, yeah.
So my video went from 40,000 to 140,000 just overnight. So I was like, oh, that's cool. But that also taught me something that if you post a video on what's today, like February 20th, I think I posted that video like on February 17th.
Mm-hmm.
It's that blew up probably like from February 17th to February like 23rd, right?
Mm-hmm.
It stayed at 40K. So like
And
a
then
week and a half later, it went from 40K to 140K. That means like just because a video does bad or you think it did bad, just give it a little time. Like don't delete it because you think
mm-hmm.
it did bad, you know? Now if it's completely low than your normal account, like where you can usually get an average view count,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like for like right now for mine, I would say 800 to 1,000. You know, that's like my average view count for my videos.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so if it was like 100, right, or 200, I'm like, okay, this is either this is completely garbage or something wrong with TikTok. So like I would delete it and like post it another day or
Oh,
post it at
okay.
a different time, and we'll see what happens. And if it does still bad, then I'll just completely delete it and rework it, or just like throw, trash it.
Yeah, yeah. Like that was a
Or
bad
it'll
video.
either like do what I wanted it to do, to like either average view count or at least like get more than the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
don't give up on a video. Give it some time, basically. So that's
Okay.
what I learned. So the next person I'm going to work on, I already got everything figured, like edited out and cut. I just have to like do my whole like thing, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will post it, but I don't want to say who. So yeah, but I have a whole idea of who I want to do and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. But yeah, so
That's
those are a
cool.
couple new things that I've been like experiencing with. And recently, so if you didn't know, there's been a whole controversy about crypto throwers. Have you heard of that?
Crypto throwers. No, I don't think so.
So do you know what crypto is
Yeah,
or heard of
crypto.
crypto is? Okay, so what people do is they would bet crypto against big streamers, so like Tens or Tarek or just big streamers or people who are in Radiant lobbies, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'll bet against them, and they'll purposely get in their games and throw their games. So, and since it's crypto, you can't trace the money,
Yeah.
you know. So people were getting money by throwing people's games, and eventually it ruined the whole ranking system for high elo players. So I'm going to say Immortal 3 and Radiant. Okay, because a lot of people say the difference between Immortal 1 and Immortal 3 is very, very high, and also Immortal 3 for Immortal 2 is very high.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say Immortal 3 and Radiant. There's a lot of crypto throwers, and it ruined the whole ranking system. Because if you're Radiant, you should be only going against the people who are in the top 500.
Yeah.
You're Radiant, you know, you're going to stay in Radiant lobbies or Immortal 3 lobbies, you know.
Yep. Yep.
So there's limited people. I think it's like only 1,500 people, you know. And if you bring it down to a certain, like if you play like in Cali or Illinois, that makes the number smaller. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So when that whole thing happened, I think it was Tarek or other or someone else. They made a thing called Pro City Tens, meaning that like a lot of uh, popular big streamers or pro players they're gonna do their own ranked games. So it'd be actually people who are calming, who are not assholes, who like want to
Mm-hmm.
play, get better at the game, do some clips. Plus, it will help the viewers like to see pros play with pros. You know what I'm saying? They're like
Yeah.
scrims, but without actually being scrims.
I think
So,
I think
but
CS:GO had something like that.
yeah. So after that, uh, there was another person who made it, but it was called like Creator Cities. So it's like with a bunch of creators, but they're like Valorant creators, and I'm pretty sure the person who made it was is called Malachi, and there's like requirements to get in it, but it's a good place to be in because you also meet this all these other creators also in it.
Mm-hmm.
So that has been a fun thing to do because I met so many people like in the last week, you know.
Okay.
And they also what's cool about it is there's creator queues and comp queues, and the comp queues has like its own ranking system,
Mm-hmm.
and the creator queues as well. And they're going to be doing it by season, so like there'll be prizes as well. So it's like we got rank, regular rank, and then in the creator cities you got that rank or creator
So,
queue.
yeah, your
So
regular rank
basically,
and then the better rank.
well, it says I want to say better, but it's just like a bunch of creators. So people, mostly everyone's streaming. You know,
Sure.
so it's pretty cool. Yeah.
There we go.
So,
So okay. So yeah, I mean that's really cool. I'm pretty sure, like I said, I think they did something like that for CS:GO, where it was like, if you wanted to like make your own teams and stuff, you could go do that. And like you would, it was more of like a, you'd have your team and you'd face other teams to compete and go up. I think it was more like that, less of the creator side.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like kind of like a custom game
Yeah,
type
kind
of
of
thing.
like your custom game lobbies, and like it was on like better servers because at the time CS:GO servers were not good for competitive. Like
Oh, okay.
Valorant servers, they're like the 140 ticks or whatever like that.
Yeah, I recently just found out there's like multiple CS:GOs. I thought it was always one CS:GO.
Well,
I thought it was CS:GO Counter Strike.
yeah, it was Counter Strike Global Offensive. Then there's like Counter Strike, the original one, Counter Strike Source.
Yeah, I
Then
never knew that.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I thought it was just
Oh.
CS:GO Counter Strike. They're like, no, there's like many of them. Like, dude, what the fuck? What happened
Yeah.
with like 1, 2, and 3, and 4? Why they got me? Like, why
uh,
they with the OG? Just like now it's like Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Zelda, da, 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 da.
yeah,
Why can't we just
that's not how Valve works, man.
like Zelda 2? Like like Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, 3,
There
4.
you yeah. Learn how to count, Valve.
Right.
All right. So we've been mainly talking about Twitch, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure you've heard of all the controversies, all like the people leaving all the other streaming platforms. Have you
Mm-hmm.
considered moving to a different one or streaming on multiple ones or anything like
Uh,
that?
uh, let's see. Well, Facebook, no.
Oh, I
Uh,
don't think anybody considers Facebook.
hey, you know what? Some people made it work, So I'm not even gonna hate on a site. I'm not
Sure.
gonna hate on a site, because when Ninja and Shroud went to Mixer, it only lasted for like a year, but they got the bag. They took a
Mm-hmm.
leap of faith, and it fucking worked out for them. So that should eliminate all bad talk about any
Mm-hmm.
other uh, site. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it didn't
Yeah.
work out, and the people who are already in it, who had to move on, it I feel bad for them, you
Yeah.
know. But
Well,
then but the big streamers, they took a big chance too.
they
Like
got
they took a big
bag.
chance. Too. They got the bag, but they took a big chance.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, if you could tell from like his viewership was just from Ninjas from like whatever he was, so make sure it was so low.
Oh yeah.
But he stuck it out, and so did Shroud.
Mm-hmm.
And look, they came back and brought that shit back. So I think to just shit on them and just say like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, they like it wasn't even like they were already settled and whatever, you know, like they got their own bills, man. Just
Mm-hmm.
because they're rich, they got. To me, I always say if they're rich, they got rich bills.
Oh,
You
I mean,
know,
oh yeah.
so that's how I think of it as. So to take
Mm-hmm.
that leap of faith and doing that, congrats to them, honestly. Uh, so if you're talking about YouTube gaming,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, I thought about it, only because if you like, eventually I will start making YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
Should always like do as much stuff as you can. And if you stream on YouTube, like it would just make sense since everything's on there.
Because
Just
you'd
have it in
already
one.
be among your videos. Then people
Yeah,
could just go back and forth and see everything.
exactly. But dude, what's it called? UID or whatever, the HUD.
Oh, it's so bad.
So bad, and I just
It's
like I don't know
so
what the
bad.
fuck's going. I don't know what's going on, dude.
It's like,
So
how is
like
it still this bad though?
right after all the big streamers to move, it's still bad. Like that should be because that's everyone that says something about YouTube always complains about the HUD. Like that should be the number one priority to
Mm-hmm.
like making YouTube better. Like in my eyes.
And
Now,
yeah.
I'm
Oh
sure
yeah.
you're talking about the whole Kick thing, right?
Oh yeah. I
That's
was gonna
fine.
mention Kick.
So Kick. I think Kick is going to make it because of the
Okay.
95 split, and a lot of people are hated on it because like, oh, that's where all the gamblers are gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
That's where honestly, I didn't really care for the gambling. I think it's dumb to ban it, you know,
Yeah.
just because. everyone's was saying how gambling is. I feel the reason why they banned it shouldn't be because I'm trying to find the right words. I'm trying to find the right words to say this. Anything can be addictive.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, it's not just gambling, right? Plus, if you had all the right stuff that should be on it, like not a lot of people ask to be a role model. That's not their job. You know, they didn't like start Twitch like, "All right, I'm gonna be a role model." Like, nah, man, I'm gonna stream, play with my homies, fucking make it. You know, do it like make the dream come real. You know,
Mm.
not. I don't think it was like, dude, I'm gonna do this to become a role model. I mean, maybe, but that's not me right now. Right now, I'm just, I just want to hang out, do me, and like, if people want to watch me, they do. If they don't, they don't. You know. Um, so I always felt like if you, let's say you're gambling, right? If you have the whole 18 plus thing, right? Okay, if you had the whole like, and maybe if you did like a little speech before you gamble, like, hey, if you know you're addicted, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
do not watch this. You should go somewhere else, or even have like a hotline to something,
Yeah.
you know. I think you've done enough.
Well, I think most of the big ones did that. When I remember, I used to watch Trainwreck all the time,
You
and
did?
just because it was just fun to watch him lose millions of dollars, And every single time he would lose a lot or he'd win a lot, he had this PSA that he would just play. And he would pull it up each time, and it was talking about like, don't gamble. The only reason I gamble is because I'm gambling other people's money.
Oh, he
He's
said
like,
that?
yeah, he's like,
I never watched Trainwrecks. I just
yeah,
watched clips.
yeah. It's like
But
he would play that like several times an hour.
well, the whole thing why I became it because I guess someone was stealing money or asking for money from other big streamers
Oh, I
and then
heard
using
about
it to
that.
gamble. And I'm
Oh,
like, okay, but like that's that sucks.
who
Like you
was
got
that?
like okay, here's the thing: you got scammed and it sucks,
Mm-hmm.
right? People get scammed, it sucks, right? And that was more like an issue involving an individual.
Mm-hmm.
Then why do you have to go after everyone else that's
The
gambling?
entire gambling thing. Yeah.
Like what did they do? They're doing all the right things. He's the one that like messed up and like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I think I watched a few like video documentaries, like deep dives into that, and it was like that guy was crazy, and
I don't
like
know his name, so I don't want
I,
to say
I keep
anything
forgetting his
about
name, bro.
it, like
Yeah.
about like his, whatever happened, just because I don't want to say things that's
Mm.
not true, But I do know there was a man involved that was scamming people money, and he was a
Mm-hmm.
gambling addict. That's all I know. But that's,
Because I was like
you
a
know what I
big
mean?
fan of like the OTK
I
org and
don't even know what that
everything.
was.
It was like this streaming org. It has like Asmongold and all those people in it,
I see
and
him on clips. I never
and
watched his streams though, but he seems funny.
I don't watch him much anymore. But the guy he went in and he asked, like, he was friends with a bunch of them, those top streamers, and he asked all of them for money too, and like it pulled a bunch of controversies out of that group, and it was like, oh wow, they had to let go of like a few content creators because it was like they actually showed to be like really bad people. It
Mm,
was like that they were like supporting the guy who was wanting to do it and everything. It was crazy,
it was great. It was
but
crazy.
not a reason to take it off the website, you know.
Yeah, I don't think the whole like. So here's the thing. I do get the idea. I think they said like banning sites that are banned in the U.S.
Yeah, that one was okay.
I understand that.
Hmm.
You know, um, because that becomes more of an issue than just like whatever, right?
Yeah, that's less of
But
like the streaming
to
thing and more
say,
just like the
well,
legality of it, right?
yeah, but not just that, but people are still gambling. They're gambling
Still
from the, was it football, like football
a little
games?
sports betting. Yeah,
Sports betting, you can do that, but that's gambling.
that's still gambling.
That's still gambling.
And I'm
you
pretty
know?
sure that you could still do that on Twitch.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, which is,
People talk about it all the time.
but I feel like it's so weird to watch. I mean, like for sports betting though, it's like you bet like once and then you kind of like have to watch the game.
Hmm.
So I think that's probably they're thinking about that. But yeah, it's still weird, right? But then
And
have
I
oh you
and what
go ahead.
I was saying, another thing is like if you're going to ban gambling, because I think like addiction is addiction. Doesn't matter what it is, addiction is
Mm-hmm.
addiction. So let's be real, like buying Pokemon cards, it can be addicting because you don't know what's in the package. Yes, it sounds really dumb, but you're saying they're not the same thing.
Oh,
You're literally gambling.
I was a
Like,
Magic the
bro,
Gathering
like I got
player.
so many boxes. I'll be honest. I was paying way overpriced for them. You know, but the thing is, like, even though how dumb it sounds, like, how are you
Mm-hmm.
gonna compare Pokemon cards to millions of dollars at stake? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, the idea isn't if it's $1 million or not. Gambling is gambling. Addiction is addiction,
Oh yeah.
right?
I mean,
Yeah,
my little brother was a
let's be.
CS:GO skin gambler back
He
in the
was,
day. Oh yeah.
yeah. Well, and I was gonna say, you can't compare an alcohol addiction to gambling addiction. You can't compare a gambling addiction to something like, I don't know. Have you ever seen that show like Weird Gambling? Not Weird Gambling, Weird Addictions.
Yeah, My Strange Addiction.
My Strange Addictions,
Yeah,
right? Like an
yeah, I've seen
addiction is
those.
addiction. It doesn't matter what it is.
Like,
Like addiction is addiction.
and you'll go for
You
like one
know,
person. There was one person they were addicted to eating the drywall.
there was one person that who was addicted of eating her husband's uh when they get cremated.
Oh
Yeah, yeah,
no!
yeah. I think it was like the last episode too.
That's the one that ended it.
That's the one that ended it. Do you know that one?
I haven't seen that. I've only seen a few episodes here and
Oh man,
there
yeah,
because they
yeah.
were
She was
very
a
strange.
they were very strange. But yeah, so I get the whole banning
Hmm.
sites that are not allowed in the U.S. I get that,
Sure.
but do I to ban the whole thing? I don't know about that one, to be honest. Now with Kick, uh, I think they are going to make it for multiple reasons. The 95% split is
Massive,
insane,
massive.
massive. Because there's someone, uh, well, I'll talk about two things. One, I remember someone tweeted something how they had 1,000 subs, and that is like $4,000.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And then another person said they made the same amount as money in 30 days on Twitch in 3 days on Kick. You
That's
know what I'm saying? So
crazy.
at that point, why even bother going back on Twitch?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And plus, if you're one of the first ones there and it actually works, you know what that means? You're the face of Kick. You're a face of Kick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like
I was like this close to
you thinking
starting a
about it.
Kick. Yeah.
Well, I have a lot of Valorant players that I know were just like, oh, I'm gonna try it out. And I
Hmm.
saw in the comments that just like, why are you gonna go over there? And they're like, why not? And like, let's be real, it's the 95.5.
Oh yeah.
You know, if you have 100 subs on Twitch, that's like 20 subs on Kick,
Yeah.
or what? I don't know the math, but it kind of is though. You know what I mean?
Basically, yeah.
Basically, like if you can get, you know,
Yeah. I mean, it all makes
like
sense from the creator's perspective. I mean, even like leaving your like, let's say you have 40,000 followers, you're leaving to 0 followers, but a lot of them are going to come. You know, a lot of them are going to come
yeah,
over if they like watching you. They're going to come, and it's just like I was like so close. It's like I only got like almost 200 followers, and it's like I looked in the main thing I was streaming World of Warcraft. I looked at the World of Warcraft section, not a single streamer, and I was
yeah,
like,
dude. And here's the thing. Here's the thing that a lot of people have been doing. They've been doing 3 hours on Twitch and 3 hours on Kick, or cutting their
ooh,
2 hours on Twitch, 2 hours on Kick. So they'll stream on Twitch and be like, all right, guys, I want to go Kick. Here's the link. Is in my Discord
hmm,
because you can stream off of other platforms if you're not partnered.
yeah.
So
Well,
there's people who have like,
they changed that too. You can actually stream to whatever you want, even if you're partnered now.
oh you, oh yeah, you are, yeah, because you can stream on TikTok now.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I've been doing. I've been streaming on TikTok, and first I'm still used to the you're not supposed to, but now you can, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah. So a lot of people have been doing like 3 hours on Twitch, 3 hours on Kick, and I've been thinking about it too. Not gonna lie, just because there aren't so many people on. When I go to Valorant, there's like one big streamer, and
Uh-huh.
everyone else is like in their 20s,
Yeah,
you know, and yeah, if you can like, there literally, I think there's only like one page of Valorant,
yeah. It's
which
so
is
much
like,
easier to be found.
that's what I'm saying. You just be the face of Kick. So, and the reason why I'm also saying that it's going to make it is because yes, it is. I don't know if it's owned by Stake or like I know Stake is involved in it. Do people not know how much money Stake has?
Yeah, like I think it was like the CEO of Stake. I don't think it was the company. I think it was who owns the company.
Yeah, do you know how much money they
Yeah.
have?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. It's like
Like,
yeah.
I don't think people get the idea like how much money they have. Dude, they have a
Mhm.
lot of money. If they're, I think didn't Trainwreck say he got like a 350 million thing from
Oh
stake? That's for one individual.
yeah.
That's for one guy. Dude,
And
that's almost a half of
yeah,
$1 billion.
half a billion right there. I mean, they would give him all that all the time just to gamble, and they just give him money to do it.
I think they're doing the whole Jeff Bezos method. So the whole Jeff
Okay.
Bezos method was, you know, what it was,
Mm-mm.
where they would okay, I think I'm pretty sure I heard this or I saw an article of it about a baby store, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the baby store was selling, you know, their stuff, their product, right? And I think Jeff Bezos wanted in on it or whatever. They said no, right? So what Jeff Bezos did was he made he made a loss, but he was like, I'm selling baby stuff for $1. And everyone's like, dude, I don't even have to leave my house to go get it.
Yeah. Oh,
I can
okay.
get all this baby stuff for $1. So everyone was doing it. So what happened to the baby store? They had to close. Yes, he lost millions and millions of dollars, but now
And
once they
then
closed,
boom,
they
back up.
skyrocketed the prices. So do I think Kick is going to do that? I think Kick right now is definitely at a loss, but once they get enough people in it, think about it. They don't even need to go from, if they go from, remember, Twitch takes half. Okay. They can go from a 95-5 to like a 70-30,
And people would still
and
be happy.
people would still be happy.
I
And you know how much money that income will be? 20% is a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. So I think plus with Aiden on it, Trainwrecks on it, like they had
Switched
already had
over.
such a large following,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Um and the whole cool thing about it, because I've been on Kick too. I watch Trainwrecks, you know, and I just see what Aiden is doing. Because you know the whole shit's going on, so I'm just like
Oh,
curious.
yeah, he has the whole
Yeah.
drama right now,
The
doesn't
whole
he?
that's a whole different thing going
Yeah.
on out there, you know, it's wild. But you can't lie, the curiosity is there.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just like, dude, what are they saying? Like, you know, like I'm just like hearing on the sidelines. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Well, on the website, it's just like Twitch. It's like you got your games, you got your IRL.
It's the exact same.
And I'm like, dude, the badges look the same. The whole thing looks the same. And
Mm-hmm.
like, if YouTube did this, they would fucking be good.
Yeah, if
But I
YouTube
don't
just made it almost exactly like Twitch, it would do so much better.
do so much better, and they still have it. Um, but yeah, so I think, I think, I think Kick is gonna make it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think I don't know if Trainwrecks have said like, "Hey, we're doing 95.5% for this amount of years," or if it's actually going to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, because he mentioned multiple times that the backbone of Twitch are the small streamers or whatever, or like the medium streamers, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
So who knows? Who knows? But final answer, I do think Kick will be a competitor. I do think so.
that's fair enough.
I do think so. I think they'll do it, and if not, they're definitely going to do a lot better than Mixer. So I want to say Trainwreck's the type of guy to sell the company and just like ditch his whole project. Because the reason
Mm-hmm.
why, because I know he wants to prove the people at Twitch and prove to the people that other big streamers that he's right
That's
and
a
that he
good
can do
point.
it. So
He's one of those
I feel like he's the
guys.
type of person who like
Oh
I would
yeah.
stop at nothing to prove you wrong.
Oh yeah. My
And those
my
are the
hot
type of
take.
people.
Oh sorry.
Go ahead.
My hot take is if Mixer was out right now, still here, it would take off. I think it was like
Mixer,
a year or two too early.
Mixer.
Yeah.
I've never been on Mixer. No, that's a lie. I have been, and then I stopped because
Yeah.
I was just like, why am I doing this?
If it
You
was
know.
here now with like all the things happening to Twitch, like all the bad, like all the drama and everything,
Uh-huh.
if it started like last year or something, I think it would have taken off instead of failed. I think it was just like this average Microsoft thing. They introduce something a year or two too early,
Um,
and it just fails, and then somebody else does the exact same thing a year or two later, and it works.
well, the thing is, if you go on a website, it still says kickbeta.com.
Oh, does it actually?
It does. It does. And a lot of the issues right now that everyone's seeing is the TOS stuff.
Oh, the TOS,
Um,
yeah.
so one guy got banned for, I believe, a day because he was getting head. There's a clip of it.
I saw that, and it's like it took him a
Actually,
while.
no. But I actually watch his streams on Twitch. He's a funny dude. But yeah. So he did it. He was like, bro, I was just lost in the sauce. I'm like, do you, man? You do you, right? But the thing is, people are hating on TOS. I'm like, dude, didn't someone have sex on Twitch and get banned for what? A couple of days as well.
Oh yeah, there's that one Twitch streamer where she accidentally streamed to the wrong thing. She had like a porn website she was streamed to.
No, she was having sex.
And
like,
so she accidentally clicked the Twitch one instead, and then started doing her act for it.
Yeah, did she get indefinitely? No.
I think she got a 3-day ban.
3-day ban. So like, how you're gonna hit on TOS that just happened? Like it just got up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the person received 1-day ban when Twitch has been around for how many years? And their TOS says, "Hey, we're gonna give you a 3-day ban for that." You know what I mean? So you can't really and then people are hating.
That's a good point.
So like people are hating on Aiden for purposely open. I believe he purposely opened up Pornhub. And people are like, "How can you do that? You have kids watching you." I'm like, again, he didn't ask to be a role model. Yes, what he did was fucking stupid, and yes, I think that is a ban. And definitely, I don't know, multiple days, yes.
Yeah.
But to say that, like, to come at him because like, hey, there's kids watching you. I'm like, I went to a stream. You literally have to click like, are you 18 plus? Yes. At that point, it's not his fault. It's the parents' fault for having not
Yeah.
You can block sites.
Oh yeah, and I mean,
you can block sites. You can do it.
Yeah. There's one little hot take. Sorry. One streamer I watch, he likes to say there's in South Korea whenever you do anything online, you have to link your their equivalent of social security to your online stuff, so that you can and anything online is through that. So if you cheat in a video game, you get banned. You can't make another account because it's tied to your social.
Oh.
So if you're banned, you're permanently banned. So it's there's nobody cheats over there. Nobody does any of those things because it's you can't.
Okay, yeah.
So I think there should be something. My personal take is I think there should be something similar to that. Maybe not to that extent where it's your actual social or something, but that would solve 90% of the issues that these websites have to try to deal with.
All right, there can always be more are you 18 plus? All right, put in your birthday. All right, obviously that's not more. But here's the thing though, adding more steps is annoying. Mm-hmm. It's irritating. Or even just adding useless information where are you from? I don't know if you can do that, but you know what I'm saying? Who wants to go through a long ass process just so I can watch someone?
Because I think you can require them to put in their license or something, but then you just take your mom's license number. You know,
but that's like I said, that's the parents' fault. Why are you saying it's just a discipline thing? Why is your son stealing shit?
Yeah, why
why is your kid stealing from your I don't know yeah. Do I think he should have been banned for a couple of days? Yes. Do I think that he deserved for people being you have kids watching you dude, I probably have kids watching me. I probably have fucking 70-year-olds watching me. I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah.
I'm not here to change for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing me.
That's why I told. Oh yeah, I mean that's why I told my teaching friends. I'm like, the administration of my future schools is never going to get a hold of my Twitch channel.
Oh my god, that's my number one concern.
That's my
dude. Dude, I'm worse than you, Timmy. You know that.
Yeah,
I'm a lot worse. Okay, I'm just fuck. Yeah, let's not. The one thing I was scared about TikTok. Streaming not really because it's a whole ass name, but I don't know, TikTok, your thing can be seen easily.
Mm-hmm.
I feel if you get a viral video. I feel like anybody, and if let's say a student plays Valorant, he could probably see that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just dude, I saw your TikTok. I'm like, oh shit, okay. All right, let's not talk about that. But yeah, so that's my whole thing on the gambling thing and just the other sites. I think Kick will make it.
Okay.
I think they will, because or only reason why I'm riding on it is because I believe that Train Rex wants to prove the people wrong, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel like he is the type of person to do that. Even if
Yeah,
he's at a loss of money, he's just like, I'm sticking it.
he'll do it.
I'm sticking with it.
He's
You know.
definitely that kind of guy.
And like I said, stake is involved, and who cares if they're involved, right? Like I always believe in like, dude, just worry about your own path. Don't worry about their path. Right? Twitch is on its own path. Kick is on his own path. They want gambling. Fucking streamers. They want gambling shit. Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
You know, that's not your job to worry about. Just worry about yourself. Let them do them.
yeah. If you don't want
So
don't want gambling, don't go to Kick. If you want
don't go.
gambling, don't stay on Twitch.
Yeah, you know. So that's my thing.
Yeah.
Give it a couple more months when TOS fixes itself, and then it should be good.
Yeah, yeah. Bottom line, we need more drunk streams.
Drunk strains, yeah. So, uh, funny you say that earlier. Two reasons why I haven't been doing it. One, because of school, but two is because my liver is bad. So, yeah, it was actually a point where like I didn't drink for like 3 months. Yeah, and like it's so much different to being told than being like to having a choice like, hey, I don't feel like drinking to like, fuck, I can't drink.
No, it's like, I kind of felt like having a beer tonight. Now I
Dude,
can't.
yeah, I was like, dang, like I kind of want to drink, but like I
Yeah.
can't, you know. And then after like the 3 months, I saw my liver doctor. And I was like, all right, like I don't drink that much, right? But he's like, oh, you can have like a glass,
Yeah, yeah.
just a glass, just a glass, you know.
Sometimes that's enough.
Yeah. But
So
definitely drinking stream when I do the E-Date show because I haven't drank in so long.
yeah,
So I either like wait like a while. Usually I will drink like once a month. You know,
I'm definitely a lightweight drinker too. So
I'm a lightweight drinker, dude.
don't worry.
I'm like two. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out for the count. But yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to. And then after I'm done with this lesson plan thing, school should be easy for now. And then just back on the grind.
Oh, no, I like it. I like what I hear. But let's move on to something a little funnier now.
Okay.
Personally, I get these viewers that I absolutely. It's like I see him in chat, and I'm like, oh, he's in my chat today. you know, or those where it's like, oh yes, like one of my favorite chatters just joined me.
Okay.
Like, do you ever have those people happen to you?
Yes. I'm not gonna name names of the people I
Oh yeah, don't yeah.
didn't like. I like everyone in my chat now. I'm just gonna say that,
Mm-hmm.
But before I have had people that I wasn't like, I guess they just weren't right for you could say the community that I'm trying to build.
Mm-hmm.
For those people, I like to give people multiple chances, and I think a lot of people don't, and people are like, oh, you only get two chances. What me, since I'm becoming a teacher, I feel like I try to implement that into whoever is watching my streams.
Okay.
So I'm like, how am I just gonna quit on someone for like, I just feel like, hey, like you shouldn't be doing this, you're kind of changing the vibe up, you know what I'm saying? So I give multiple chances, which is bad. But then again, like I just feel like I should, and it's good practice for me as a teacher to give if a student is misbehaving or what to give them multiple chances.
Mm-hmm.
Um so but at a certain time you're just going to be like, no. Um Usually right then I just be like, just ban them or just delete
Yeah.
them. Or you'd be like, or I'll just be like, if they're, if I'll test it out. So like if let's say they come in, and they say something, sometimes they could be thinking that we're a little too close when we're not, So
Mm-hmm.
I'll say like back and see how they react, and they go farther than that, then you can tell I'm being serious. If not, then I can be like, okay, he just thinks we're a lot closer than we are, which I would have to be like, hey, like you only came in like the last time you came in was like 2 weeks ago, like I need to get to know you more before we joke like that type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
because that's a lot of thing. Like when you're talking to someone who's texting, you can't see the emotions or anything like that, but the person who's watching you can see your emotions, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So I think once you say something like that out loud, then they'll see it and actually like respond. If they're gonna respond good, if they respond bad, then you just ban them, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you move on. GG, go next. For the people that I do like, yeah, there's a couple people. Riv. Day One A1 Sauce, Captain Cutie. Her name is Jenny. She's real nice and dope.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my duo that I play rank with, JT the Brick, who just got pretty sure he became an ambassador for G Fuel. So use this
Wow.
code JT the Brick for G Fuel products. Yes, sir.
Huh.
You're welcome. Um, uh, yeah, obviously ATV rider. He's just my IRL friend.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Brit too. I when I see you guys, I was like, hey,
Oh yeah.
that's dope. Because I'm pretty sure they're either together in the same room just watching me.
Sometimes, I mean, I think we used to put Twitch up on the TV, and
Yeah,
we'd put you up when you were streaming. We were like, oh
yeah.
look, it's
See,
but
like,
we couldn't type or anything because it was on the TV. But we were like, look, it's Tony. You know.
see, cause I can imagine that too. So I'm like, that would make me happy too. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember Llama too. I remember he sent me a DM that I won't forget, and it was just randomly. He's like, I see you, and he had me on his living room TV. And I'm like, bro, that's so cool. When you're on the big screen and not just at a computer,
Mm-hmm.
like, dang, because you can't type in it, but like you have to go through the trouble of like going
Of getting
online,
it up there,
getting
yeah.
it up, and I'm like, oh, that makes me happy. So if I'm ever on the big TV, send me a DM because that would like warm my heart.
I'll put you up there
Um,
next time, okay?
oh, thanks, man. You just gotta say I'm watching you on big TV, and I'll be
Okay.
like, perfect. That means I know you're not gonna talk, but knowing that I'm on big TV makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a
Oh,
big SD, yeah. So, yeah. So when I see you guys, obviously, just because you guys are more like friends from like the way back, and then like the
mm-hmm.
new friends that I made. Also, Lil Robin, he's cool, dude. He helped me out a lot with like editing. Uh, you could say like making connections to other
Mm-hmm.
streamers. Um, he's just a cool dude, and he's not fake as hell. He's not like
Mm-hmm.
he's a real ass dude. So I love him. Uh, I don't know if you were gonna ask this, like streamers that I watch or like what kind of content that I watch.
I was gonna ask that,
You
yeah.
Okay, so I'll just jump right into that.
Yeah, sure.
I have multiple people for different moods. I don't know if you have that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Okay. So when I'm in my study mood, I watch Cam TV, who is also partner GFU, so use code Cam, or is it code Cam? Um,
Okay.
he's more a chill, like back guy. He's a grinder. Like this man lives and breathes making content because he really wants to make it. So he does YouTube a lot, TikToks a lot. He streams every day. Like he is hardcore in the grind.
Mm-hmm.
So he's someone that I get inspired by, and he's also a Killjoy main. So like that's everything I learned from Killjoy was from him. So
What?
I saw him on TikTok first. So he was one of the I guess Valorant streamers that I used to watch, and I still
Okay.
watch him. So he's my chill guy. Uh, when I'm like want to sit down, have some laughs, or just like fuck around. And what I mean by that, just like watch this person with other people. L2 Isaac, just because his streams are more, I guess, on the verge. Like he's been canceled multiple times, but I think the reason why he's been canceled were for stupid shit. Besides one of them
Oh
that
yeah.
I know, but like people make mistakes. You know, it is what it is. You just own up to your mistake and don't do it again. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what he did. So, um, but yeah, he's a cool dude. His fucking streams are funny as hell. I still don't know how he's not partnered. He should be because he is funny as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but he's definitely a like on the verge type of, you're gonna like him or you don't. You're gonna like his
Oh,
content or
okay.
you don't. You know. Uh, and he's also he's good at Valorant too. So like some days he'll do like no cam, and it will just be like serious ranked, which I
Okay.
like too. Then you get the homies. So the homies are people who will watch and just like pop in and say hi, what's up when I have time,
Yeah.
and that's like algebra because I like algebra too. Because he actually incorporates. He's a teacher, and he incorporates his teaching into his content. So he's a math teacher. His name is Algebra. Pretty sure Brittany knows. Yeah, because she saw him on TikTok and be like, "Hey, don't you play with this guy?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's my homie."
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, his name is Algebra TV, and he's cool too. And then JT the Break, he's my duo. Lil Robin. Who else? Who I just met the person that we did the challenge with, like the male challenge. I just
Mm-hmm.
met him like 2 weeks, and we just after playing the first day, we just fucking vibed.
Heck yeah.
And we're the type of people we're like, dude, we don't care if we lose, bro. Like we're vibing. So
Just play.
his name is Unicron. I keep wanting to say unicorn, but it's Unicron. Yeah, Unicron. Love the guy. Yeah. So, them two. Who else? Action Man. Action Man. So Action Man, I'm surprised he's not banned or canceled. But that's why I did. You watch one stream of that guy, and you're either going to, like I said, hate him
Mm-hmm.
or like him. It's
That's-
very intense. He's an intense streamer, right? Um, yeah. Um, a lot of people think he's a bad person. I don't think he is. The reason why I like him is because he's real as fuck. He's actually doesn't live like when I mean like online. Like he doesn't do the whole like he just does him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He doesn't buy into the whole cancel culture, like whatever. Um he fucking he's just a funny ass dude. Um if you watch one of his streams, you'll know what I mean. Uh but yeah, he was actually a heroin addict, and he always talks about this in the stream. He was a
Mm-hmm.
heroin addict for 10 years. For 10 years, and I think he's in his 30s right now. And he made it on Twitch. Like he holds like 1,200 viewers. You know,
Yeah.
that's his career. You know, so from being a heroin addict to being, a streamer who holds thousands of viewers, like if he can do it, I feel like if he can do it, anybody can do it. You know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if you put in the right fucking work ethic in it, be fucking funny and do what you need to do, then you got it. But yeah, I think he's my favorite streamer right now. Is Action. Oh no, Nick Merckx. So the
Okay.
reason I forgot about him is
That's
just
fair.
because I'm watching these new streamers, so I haven't been able to tune in with that. But Nick Merckx, after Ninja, so back in 2017, right? After Ninja, I was like, man, why am I watching someone who plays on a keyboard and mouse? It's Fortnite playing
Mm-hmm.
a controller. So I'm like looking on YouTube and I see this guy, and the first thing I click on YouTube, he's already cussing. And I'm just like, dude, this guy's funny as fuck. And he just seemed like a real fucking dude. Like he's just funny as hell. He doesn't. I just like people like that,
Yeah.
and it was Nick Merckx. And I remember when I worked at Dairy Queen, I would get my 15-minute break. I would watch his YouTube video. Yes, I did work at Dairy Queen.
You know who else worked at Dairy Queen?
Who? Brittany.
Brittany.
I worked at Dairy Queen, and for my 15-minute break, I'll watch one Nick Merckx YouTube video because it was the amount. So whenever it was done, I'm like, all right, my break's done.
Yeah.
Um, and then I found him on Twitch, and I think he's my longest sub. I think it's like 3 years, 3.5 years.
Wow.
And then before that, I forgot another person I forgot to mention. The reason why I forgot to mention it is because I don't watch Call of Duty anymore. But Mutex,
Okay.
he's just so good at the game, bro. So good at the game.
Okay.
So I watch him a lot. I used to watch him a lot when Verdansk was around. So in 2019 is when I was big into that, into his streams.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I watch Valor, I only watch Valor right now. But I still love the guy.
Yeah.
But those are the people that can come on top of my head for streamers and
Oh
what type
yeah.
of content I watch.
I think my longest one right now. I think Shroud was like the first one I came and started watching him on Twitch. I think
Okay.
he was the one that got me onto Twitch, watching everything. Then he moved to Mixer and broke my heart,
That's funny.
But yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, more recently I think right now I'm just in the Valorant thing or just the just chatting thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really watch any other game. I don't watch Fortnite anymore. Apex when I watch Nick Merckx because he does rank and he does scrims. And scrims
Yeah.
are fun to watch in Apex. But then yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, like I got like my Pokemon guy. I like to watch him. He's so weird though. If you want to see what a weird sleeping schedule is, you look at this guy. He'll sleep for 3 days straight, stream for 2 days straight, then not stream for a week because he's sleeping like every other hour, and then he'll stream for like a week straight. He's crazy, but like when he's on, he's just so much fun to watch. I've been watching a lot of. Have you watched Landmark before?
No,
He plays Escape from Tarkov.
I
I
hate
don't
that
I don't
game.
play that. I don't play it very
Hate
much
that game. That's the
anymore.
worst game ever made. It's the
I don't
worst game.
watch it anymore, but I don't play it anymore. But I love
Dude,
watching him
that
play it.
game is like here, come like land here, figure everything out by yourself. Like there's no explanation of anything.
It's
There's
like
just no like,
get your friends to help you play, and then
bro.
you found us, and then we didn't
That
help
that game
you.
reminds me of like, hey, your brake pads are broken. Here's a kit. I started you off. Now fix it. Like what the like? I don't know what the fuck is. I don't even know where to start.
It doesn't
Like
even
figure
tell
it
you how to
out.
equip anything.
It does.
It's
It
so
does it.
funny.
Like what? Like what's better than what? Like no, you just figure it out. Like I fucking hate it, dude.
I think we need
It was the
another
worst
one.
game ever made, dude. And like the amount of times I installed it, uninstalled. I bought that game. Spent like $60 on a game that I didn't fucking
Oh
play.
yeah.
I bought this fucking new game too. This new Call of Duty. Played it once.
Oh,
gotta stop
I heard
doing
the
that.
new one. I heard the new one wasn't the best.
No.
Yeah, I was happy I didn't get that.
All right, but continue. Or next question.
Next, yeah, let's get away from the Escape from Tarkov, and let's go. So the next one's a little bit more of a serious one.
Wow.
Has there ever been a time where where you considered it, or you quit and you were like, I might not come back, or like I'll quit and there's no chance of me coming back?
No.
There's never been one.
No, it's been a break, but not a quit.
Yeah. Okay.
It's been a break. Yeah. That's
Fair.
it, though.
Because I think for me personally, I was like, I did my little thing in college, and then I went like pretty hard at it for a while. I got like my affiliate within like a month or two, and I was going pretty hard. And then I was like, then I quit, and I thought I was never gonna come back.
No, I enjoy doing this. Like I never thought about quitting, and I don't think I won't. And that's just because of the people that I meet. And like,
oh yeah,
algebra, he's a teacher. Like he's been a teacher for a couple years, and I think he just turned 32, and he's still streaming.
That's how
and
I want to be.
He's like 100. He has like I forgot how many followers he has like on all across the board. But I know on TikTok, I think he's like at 150,000, 140,000, and he's still going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I'm just like, you have all the time in the world,
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people like now that I learned the more stuff that I do now than I did before, like you don't need to stream every day. You can stream 3 times a week and still be great as long as you're making content in your other socials and planning out the things you want to do for your streams and make connections and genuine connections. That's the worst thing people do. Don't become friends with someone just because you think you deserve something. Like, don't. That's gonna. I watch streamers or become friends with people I would feel like I would get along in person. Like I probably would never meet them in person, but if I did, those are the people I would want to hang out with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I can actually like hang out with them a full day or a full weekend, So that's very important too. Because we are all out on Twitch, chasing the same thing, and that's just to make this into I guess people do it because they hobby. But I would think that everyone's on there to, if it could happen, they would take it.
Oh yeah.
Until once they have it, then they'll make this like, do I really want to keep doing this or not? Because I heard some people who were Twitch one, they're just like, you know what, I don't want to do this.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everyone. So never had a quit, had a break. And the break was recent. I think it was like 2.5 months or 2.5 months. 2.5 months. And then yes. Yeah, I never quit.
Yeah, because when that period, I don't think I mentioned it earlier, but that period I was like, you asked me earlier if right now I'm like, I'm in it to be a streamer, it's just for a fun thing or whatever, right? Back then I was like, I want to be a streamer. I took a semester off of college. It was COVID, so it was mostly for COVID, but I was like, this is my semester. I'm gonna stream, Yeah. And I was gonna make it big, and then each stream it was like looking at the viewers, trying to see, and then eventually I couldn't turn off the viewers. Like I had to have people in there. I tried to get like my friends to come in and boost everything up, and then eventually I was like, this isn't fun. Then I came back and I was like, I want to just stream for fun. I don't want to stream if I'm not having fun. I want to, if I'm going to stream, I want to have fun when I'm doing it. I want to meet all these fun people. And I think that's just the best part. And I talked about this a little bit in the first episode where I was like, I think one of my absolute favorite parts is talking to people in the chat, meeting new
Mm.
people. Like my favorite. I don't think I mentioned my favorite person, but like when I see my like favorite people when I was streaming Pokemon, there was like three people. When I saw them in the chat, I knew it was going to be a good stream. I was gonna have a fun time. They were gonna carry my sorry ass in my Pokemon run, but like I knew I was gonna have a blast. And there's like some weeks where it's like I plan on like, oh, I want to stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, and then I'm like, oh, I'm not having fun today. I'm not having fun on the stream, and I just turn it off. You know.
Okay,
So.
okay. Um, COVID was a crazy time. A lot of people blew up during COVID. It was the
Oh
perfect
yeah.
time to blow up.
It was the perfect.
Perfect time to blow up. Uh, but yeah, I guess yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I think that's all the questions I have for you. If anybody else in chat wants to ask Tony or I any questions, now is the perfect time to do that. I don't think.
I have a question.
Okay.
So you just mentioned, I don't know if you mentioned this, but I already know. So like, you
Okay.
have a girlfriend, right?
Oh yes.
Who also games,
Mm-hmm.
right? If she didn't game, do you think there would have been obstacles or not? Or has it made it easier for you to be, I guess, a gamer since she's a gamer?
Um, I think it's made it easier that she's been a gamer because I was playing WoW raids, and one of the reasons I started up again is because I wanted to stream my WoW raids. Another reason was so I could still talk to Brittany while I was in my raids with the 40 other guys I was playing with. And it was like then I could always talk to Brittany, and like she knew how to do everything, and she could understand the game and talk to me. And I think that one made it really easy because it was like she'd always be there. She'd be playing a game, she'd have it up on the side, and I could always talk to her. And I think that was one of the things where it was like made some of those raids bearable.
Mm-hmm.
You have your girlfriend in your chat cheering you on right there.
She's your number one?
Oh, she's my number one fan. I think she might be my longest subscriber now. I think there might be one or two other people that beat her.
Oh.
I think I have one of my friends. He as soon as I got my sub button, he put his sub on me, and he forgot to take it off until a couple months ago.
Well, actually, recently, Lord Zed, I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
Ray is still in here or if Zed is in here, but Lord Zed, my last stream, he resubscribed, and it was at, I believe, 33 months in a row. He has
Damn.
not unsubbed since, I guess, 3 years ago.
Wow.
Almost three. So I guess, yeah, we'll count that as my first, I said professional, my first serious
Mm-hmm.
time of when I began this journey.
Yeah.
So
I think
3 years.
my parents even unsubbed from me. So
At least they were subbed. Okay. At
at
least they
at
were.
one point, I'm pretty sure
My
they're
mom.
unsubbed now.
Oh, do your parents understand this?
No.
No.
They kind of like they understand that I'm streaming, but they think I'm streaming to like thousands of people and stuff. And they're like, my mom always comes in. She's like, "Oh, I don't want to be on the stream," all this stuff. And I'm like, "Mom, it's okay. I'm just talking. It's just Brittany, really, right now."
For me, my stepdad does. He watches streams.
Okay.
Uh, he also plays a lot of video games. He likes to watch gambling streamers, so he will be watching train wrecks.
Okay.
There's another guy. His other gambling streamer was Rothstein. Rothstein. He's in Kick. He's in Kick.
Oh, I think I know him.
Rothstein or something
Yeah.
like that. I'm pretty sure he's a sub. Uh, I think he's at the 1 year mark too.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely has the badge of like the founder badge. I'm pretty sure. My mom, she doesn't watch. She's not a gamer. She
Yeah.
no, not at all. But she knows like before I stream, like, hey, my camera's on and my mic's on. Just remember that.
Yeah.
All right, just remember that. All right. So when she knows that, she comes in and she like wave at me, and I'll like go mute or like, hey, what's up? Or if I don't move and I'd be like, hey, what's up? Then she knows that like I don't care. But it's just for her to know, like, let's say something serious happens, she'd be like, "Hey, I need you," instead of saying personal shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah, just things like that. So, and
That's fair.
then my brother knows. Yeah, everybody knows that I do this. Do they watch? No.
No.
But
No.
do they support? Yeah.
Hmm.
Because you don't have to watch the support. They let me do it. They fucking,
Yeah.
you know, my parents let me live here for they help me out. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, how much more do I can I
Oh
ask
yeah.
for?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
I'm
pretty much it.
pretty similar boat.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I think and it's at the start too. My oldest brother was like, he's like, I'm gonna help you get affiliate, and then I'm never gonna watch you again. He's like,
That's
you're
funny.
always gonna have at least one person watching you till you get that 3 average viewers.
Well, someone mentioned that what they used to do when at the college university, they'll stream and then they'll go to the computers and put up a tab on Twitch of his stream. So he'll have 20 streamers, 20 viewers from just random ass computers at the library. But then again, they're college students that they'll watch him and
Yeah.
they'll be like, "Who's this guy?" And it'll be constantly at 20.
Yeah. I mean, have you heard of those people where they embed their stream into like some website that gets a lot of foot traffic? So they'll always have like some of those people they'll have like 1,000 viewers that are people who are just on this website. They don't even know the Twitch stream's happening.
Oh, I did not know that.
And
That's insane. Actually,
yeah,
I feel like that's cheating.
it is cheating. And it's like you go to the thing and their chat's just dead and they'll have 2,000 viewers. And they'll have like one person talking
Mm.
because they only have one actual
Oh
person in
yeah,
their
okay.
chat.
I think I know that, but no.
Yeah, that
Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah, people who view bot or do some shit like that,
yeah.
I don't even don't like you, don't care for you.
Yeah.
Pretty fucked up, honestly.
Oh man, whenever I always get those people come in, you want to be famous on instant ban.
It's the bad.
They trying to sell me shit. Oh, okay. I forgot to mention this. One of my absolute worst pet peeves, and I made it like a rule in my chat, is you cannot come in and advertise your art to me.
Your
Like
art.
that, like their art or anything. Like they're
Oh,
like they want to make like your banners and stuff like that. I'm like,
yeah.
I made a rule. You can't come in and you can't do that. It would. Because they always follow first, and they're like, "Hey, llamas, how are you doing?" I'm like, "Awesome." They're loving the stream. They're like, "I'm an artist, by the way. Can I send you my portfolio?" And it just breaks
You
my
never
heart.
liked it.
Oh, it'd make me so sad. So I made
I
it so
think
they couldn't do that.
honestly all my stuff. My was it my screens.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got it on Fiverr, and it was used as an example. Like,
Oh
hey,
yeah,
this is what I can do, and I was like, dude,
give me
can I
that.
just have your examples? Because like my name is Tonydatiger. It's a fucking tiger. Like it just works perfectly.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to we don't have to even have to communicate. Just let me buy what
Yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah.
showcasing. You know. He was like, okay. I'm like, thank you. There, he got it like the next day,
There you
which
go.
would normally I think it would normally take like 3 to 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
And I just took a risk. I'm like, I never used Fiverr, so I was like, fuck it.
I used it
Why not?
once to buy emotes, and they
Well,
send it.
Riv gave me the emo people person, and I have her emotes, like her name under in
Yeah.
my Twitch bio thing. So like, if anybody wanted her emotes, uh, she was very professional. She was dope, and it was very easy to email her, and it
Yeah.
was very like, hey, this is like how I have an idea. And she like made one, and I'm like, dude, perfect.
Yeah, like I loved it when she sent me the thing, and then when it like got really small to put it onto the actual Twitch emote, I
Yeah.
was like, ah, it's not as good as I thought it was.
Oh yeah, it definitely can be because that's how mine was. Mine was like, oh dude, it's like oh bad, and because I had someone first, I paid for someone first, and it took her a month and a half, and then she had the audacity to ask me for a promo of her name. I'm like, no, what the fuck?
No.
Yeah, I left her in red, dude. Left her in red. It was so bad. It was so bad.
Uh,
I said, you're lucky I don't just like shit talk
yeah,
you. Like,
like,
but I'm not like that. I just keep to myself. I don't do that.
yeah. I don't think she spoke the best English. The one I had mine with, and it was like it took a while to get messages back and forth, and I was just like, it's fine enough. It was $5. whatever.
that's what I'm saying. It was only $5.
Yeah.
But the person that I did it was expensive. But then again, I don't look to plan to buy emotes soon. Like these are my emotes. You know,
Yeah.
it's like buying a bed. You don't just buy multiple beds. You buy a bed.
A bed. Yeah.
You buy a bed. That's your bed.
Yeah, I need to commission some new emotes from Brittany soon. Yeah, because she made my panels and everything for free. So
Oh, okay,
she's the channel artist.
She's a channel artist.
Yeah, you should hit her up sometime. She's pretty good.
Oh, okay. I will.
All right. Did you have any other questions for me?
No, I do not. I don't.
All right. Anybody else in the chat? Brittany, I know you've been itching to ask Tony a question. Like, what was it like? What was it like working at Dairy Queen? Like, I always knew we were meant to be friends because we both worked at Dairy Queen.
I liked all my jobs besides working at an Italian restaurant. I think that's it. I think I liked all my jobs. I worked at a lot of jobs. I worked at Culver's. I worked at Dairy Queen. I worked at an Italian restaurant. I worked at TJ Maxx, and now I work as a tour guide.
And that sounds like the best job, the tour guide job.
The tour guide was awesome. I love it.
I was telling Brittany, I was like, that is the perfect job for Tony. I was like,
oh yeah, I think I sent Brent a picture of my cosplay.
Yeah,
that I had to wear my tour guide. That was awesome.
Yeah, right now I'm trying to get a job, and one of the places they're telling me about the people who work there, and she's like, yeah, we have a couple students from the school I'm placed at right now, and I'm like, yeah, what are their names? And it was like it was my trouble child, the one that gives me so much shit every class. He worked there, and I was like, I'm good. I'm done. I don't want this job anymore.
That's funny.
So,
but yeah, I don't have any more questions.
Right.
Seems like you don't either.
I'm all out.
No one.
I think we hit every single one of them in one way or something. Sure. Some of them without asking, but
yes.
Well, thank you, Tony. It's been a lovely time. Yeah, thanks for coming.
Keep doing this podcast. Keep
thank you.
Doing things out of your comfort zone and experiencing new things.
Thank you.
Don't just do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure the podcast stays because I usually I quit after a while. This is the 3rd episode. We're doing one a week every Monday.
Every Monday.
Every Monday.
I'll make sure to tune in for the next one because I didn't know about the first 2.
Yeah, that's okay. But I really appreciate it, man.
All right, thank you for having me. Thank you, everyone. Y'all have a nice night. Deuces.
Let me pull this down. Let me go to boop. Nope. Oh, this one. There we go. This is a little scuffed. That's okay. We'll just. I still don't know why my webcam's not working, but it's whatever. Well, thank you, everybody. That was I think that was easily the best episode. Easily the best episode having Tony in here. Let's see what else I wrote about the. So this is the 3rd episode of the Llama Drama Podcast. I think we're gonna get Tony on another time when we talk about teaching again. I think I'll have Tony on again. Teaching, or if we talk about streaming or something else like esports or something like that, we'll probably have Tony on another time. 3rd time is the charm. Definitely, easily the best podcast so far. So, and for all those who don't know Tony, make sure to go follow his twitch.tv/Tonydatiger120. Make sure to go follow his Twitch. I messaged the guy last week and I was like, hey, do you want to be on my podcast? Instantly said yes. Like, love the guy. Been friends with him for years. And I was very, very happy to have him on the podcast today. So, and then if you're watching on the podcast later, that's not right now. I'll also put his stuff in the description. But thank you all very much. The next podcast will be next week. We might have another guest coming on. Might have a relative or something else, or we might solo it. We'll see what happens. You can find this on Spotify and YouTube later. So, and all the links are all in my Discord. If you type ! Discord, or it's in the links down below. If you guys want to go look at all of my posts for the podcast and stay up to date on all those, go ahead and click that. Otherwise, I will catch you all this next week. Thanks for watching, everybody. I very much appreciate it. You guys don't know how much I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. So I will catch you guys all a little later. No, thank you, Astranis. Thanks for coming in, man. Thanks, everybody. All those who followed. Biz, for your subscription if you're still here. Thank you guys all so much. It was a great stream. I had an absolute blast. Thank you, everybody, again. Have a good night, everybody.